Hi, it's Maria from the Tarot Shop here with a walkthrough of a brand new, a newly received deck called the Simplicity Tarot. It was, again, one of the decks that when I saw it, I was like, I really want to be able to offer it because I actually like Rider-Waite based decks anyway, but it's not just that. There's something about it. So hopefully as I go through it, you'll see. So this has just arrived in stock. It's called Simplicity Tarot by Emilie. I don't want to murder her surname. Muñiz. Emilie Muñiz. Okay. It says on the back of the box, based on the familiar Rider-Waite artwork. So we say Rider-Waite Smith artwork. Simplicity Tarot presents uncluttered and uplifting watercolor imagery that helps readers focus on core meanings and concepts, created with the beginning tarot learner in mind. Good. This charming deck features keywords right on the card. Oh, I'm going to like that. That's a really good idea. I've lost my place now. Created with a beginning tarot learner in mind, this charming deck features keywords right on the card faces for easy reference. The 100-page book introduces readers to upright and reversed meanings. Interesting. And provides clear instructions for several card spreads. The 80-card deck includes 2 additional, because with 78, includes 2 additional cards that can be added to the readings for further insights. Oh, that's interesting. So that's the box. I'm going to leave it there actually. And then with the book, we've got King of Swords on the front. And she dives straight into an introduction. Do you remember the first time you ever read tarot for yourself? I remember I was mystified, intrigued, and felt like I had a power source of hidden knowledge in my hand. They are special tarot, aren't they lovely? We love tarot, obviously. I shuffled the tarot deck, all excited and a bit nervous, drew 3 cards, flipped them over, looked down, stopped and thought, what the heck does this mean? This memory, of course, stuck with me over the years, and she's like me, I so want everybody able to do it because it's such an amazing tool if you can master it. This memory, of course, stuck with me. Over the years, as my passion for tarot grew, so did my yearning to create a tarot deck that would make reading easier for newbies and all those still struggling with the cards. To achieve this, I knew how to create a deck with the following components. First, I wanted to base the deck on Rider-Waite artwork because that is the most familiar tarot imagery, which it is, as we know. I also wanted to modernise the artwork to make it easier to interpret. Secondly, I decided it'd be interesting to see if she's kept some of the symbology there. Secondly, I decided I would add keywords to the cards to make the tarot reading experience easy. Next, I wanted to create a tarot deck with uplifting light colours to make it more inviting. Lastly, I planned to add only the essential card symbolism. Okay, she's answered my question. To simplify each tarot card's meaning. Following these concepts, Simplicity Tarot was born. And that's about it. Working deck 70, got 22 major arcana, obviously the 4 suits. And she gives you some examples on how to do readings. And then we go into the major arcana with obviously the explanations behind the card. I have a feeling I'm going to like these a lot because I do teach tarot in a very simple way, using the imagery on the card to help people remember what the card means. So she goes through each of the, oh, she calls them coins. Okay. And then you've got some tarot spreads at the end because okay, right, so that's lovely. All about the author. Let's have a look about the author. I won't murder her surname again. Was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. She first fell in love with tarot when she was a child and has been reading the cards ever since, with over 20 years of tarot reading experience under her belt. Emilie is a professional tarot reader and teaches tarot reading to others. She also divines with them with other forms of divination, such as the coffee cup, Lenormand decks, and Gypsy Witch Oracle cards. She also practices Puerto Rican spirituality, such as Espiritismo. Okay, there we are. The book and the cards. Let's get stuck into the cards. There's like a glittery image on another new deck I've just had in called the Whispering. I can't remember what it's called now. I love them as well. Soul Whispered, that's right. Very similar style. They're easy to handle. Stock card is good, as you would expect. They feel great. They'll be good for shuffling. I obviously won't shuffle them because if I do, I'm going to mess up the layout, but they're very good for handling. No issues. Right, okay, so let's begin. Same, this is the back. Spiritual Guide. This must be the 2 cards that they've been at, yeah. So these are the 2 cards that have been added. So you've got Spiritual Guide and Spiritual Cleansing. Oh, they're lovely. What have we got next? King of Coins. So we're going, apologies, we're going to be going rest. We'll obviously end up with the Arcana, Major Arcana. So the King of Coins, you've got Leadership and Abundance. And leadership is pretty much the kings throughout. So Queen, Nurturing and Security. Yeah, she's taken the keyword concepts for. These are always nurturing. Knight of Coins, Productivity and Practical. Page of Coins, Admiration and Money News. They're lovely, aren't they? I've got here 10. 10 of Coins. She's very similar. She's taken obviously the money falling, the dogs in the background, the family, the wise man, the bridge. The house is on, if I remember, well, I should remember it. I'm going to see them on top of the tarot. I think that there's a house in the background in the usual, in the Rider-Waite ones. 9 of Coins, Abundance and Luxury. Yeah, a lot of people don't understand how to read the 9, so that's really good. Obviously, these cards have never been handled. They've just been opened, so they're a bit new. 8 of Work and Learning a Skill. So we call that the Master Craftsman. 7, Investment and Determination. 6, Charity and Help. Very good. Because it's the chap that stood there, isn't he? He's normally handing out money. So Charity and Help. 5 of Coins, Illness and Poverty. It's outside the church window, isn't it, in the standard pack? They haven't been handled, which is why they are a bit reluctant to part from one another. 4 of Coins, Greed and Control. Oh, it is the miser. I tend to say that that is about, looking after your finances. 3 of Coins, Art and Collaboration. 2, Juggling and Multitasking. Prosperity and New Opportunity, Ace. Then we go into Swords, Dominance and Stern. So she's obviously given the characteristics of that card, as opposed to the fact that this is always responsibility. Kings are always responsible and they take leadership. This is dominant and stern. Swords can be quite harsh though. Queen, Independence and Assertiveness. Now I always say you're standing up for yourself, speaking your piece when you have that, so that's good. Not dissimilar. Knight of Swords, Aggression and Rapidness. Page of Swords, On Guard and New Information. 10 of Swords, Betrayal and Suffering. 9 of Swords, Anxiety and Stress. What's keeping her up at night? 8 of Swords, Bondage and Imprisonment. The woman isn't trapped again. 7 of Swords, Sneakiness and Thievery. I always say this, watch out, there's a thief about when I see this one. So that's good, she's done that. 6 of Swords, Escape and Travel. Troubled waters are behind, we're moving into calmer waters. 5, Conflict, 5 of Swords, Conflict and Defeat. 4 of Swords, Rest and Meditation. These really are very good, and it's good that she's got keywords on them. Heartbreak and Despair. The 2, Crossroads and undecided, because as we know, we need to make a decision when we've got that. My OCD kicking in, I need to make sure they're all. And the Ace of Swords, success and logic. Hearts, empathetic and caring. The Queen is nurturing, so we've got intuition and empathetic. So they're still on their crowns. I mean, there's on their thrones rather, and she's got all the emotion around her and the fish. So you can easily see that these are faithfulness and romance, Knight of Cups. Emotional message and a surprise, Page of Cups. 10 is contentment and family. 9 of Cups, pride and wishes fulfilled. It is very much a pride card as well. You see a bit of arrogance when you get that one as well. 8 of Cups, walking away and separation. Yeah, you are. You're walking. I mean, if you remember in the original Rider-Waite, he's walking away, turned his back, but she's actually looking back, which is quite interesting because it's a determination. Walking away and separation. 7 of Cups, options and pipe dreams. I would say that's a card of confusion. Same sort of thing, isn't it? 6 is the past and innocence. It's always nostalgia with the 6 of Cups. 5 of Cups, pessimism and depression. Yes, it is. She's still focused on those that she's spilled and not what's behind her. It's the same sort of... sorry, they're sticking together because they're new. They literally have just been opened. 4 of Cups, boredom and disinterest. 3, festivities and fun. 2, partnership and true love. Ace of Cups, love and emotions. Last suit is the Wands, leadership and charismatic. And the King, the Queen, courageous and driven. Yeah, she is actually. Beautiful black cat. Knight of Wands, adventure and passion. Page of Wands, new ideas and creativity. 10, burden and labouring. Yeah, we can't see the wood for the trees when we do this, when we have the 10 of Wands. We've got too much on. That's burden. Guarded and resilience. 9 of Wands. So she's kept all of the major symbols, hasn't she? So you can still read it. And it's great that she's got these, because I don't disagree with any of the keywords there. Acceleration and movement. I always think that with the 8 of Wands, it's like you've literally got a bow and arrow, and all of these are the arrows, and they've literally been thrown or shot at the same time, and you don't know which one's going to land first, but they're all going to land. It's like juggling, you know. It's quite hectic when you get that one. 7 of Wands, valor and perseverance. I guess the valor, because I always say you're standing up for yourself when you get that one. 6 of Wands, victory and progress. So we're doing the victory, still doing the ride of through the streets of victory. 5 of Wands, competition and fighting. Yes. And it's infighting as well. It's all on the same level. No one's better than the other, you know, higher up or more powerful. 4 of Wands, celebration and stability. 3, progress and productivity. So you see, he's still stood there watching his ships have been sent out, and he's sent them out into the world to see what comes back from it. So the productivity. It's the card of the merchant for me. And we've got then the 2 of Wands, contemplating and enterprise. See, he's still got the world, but it's interesting that he's facing you in this card as opposed to actually looking behind. We've got the Ace of Wands, work and creation, because the Ace of Wands are all about work. Now we'll be going into the major arcana. We've got the World, completion and achievement, world at your feet. Judgment, conclusions and awakening. The awakening, absolutely, because I always say that you've got your call here. It's the card of your you know, what you're meant, your true purpose in life. You're being guided towards it. The Sun, happiness and success. The Moon, illusions and fears. I always say hidden path with that one. The Star, hope and spirituality. The Tower, destruction and sudden change. See, in the Rider-Waite, this is on unstable ground, which is why you explain that it wasn't built on a solid foundation, which is the whole purpose of the Tower. The Devil, bondage and toxicity. Temperance, patience and duality. Patience and duality. I have 0 patience, me, so I always get quite struggle when I actually get this card for myself. Death, endings and new beginnings. The Hanged Man, sacrifice and surrender. It's delay as well, you see, with that man, with the Hanged Man. Justice, balance and fairness. Wheel of Fortune, good luck and change. Could easily pick these up, couldn't you, and just start reading with them. The Hermit, introspection and solitude. Alone time. Strength, self-control and courage. So she's retained 8 in that position. Strength. 7, the Chariot, progress and movement forward. Great, that is really good actually. Because a lot of people say that's about willpower, but it's actually about movement forward. And it's the card that's on the front of the box as well. The Lovers, romance and commitment. 5, the Hierophant, beliefs and ethics. Okay. Sometimes you have the odd card that, you know, means something to it, but I suppose when you've been reading them a long time. Like with me, that's always about mentorship. It's like self-empowerment type thing. You know, self-help books and things that you tend to get through when you go through the Hierophant. So I guess it's beliefs, isn't it? Because you're building up beliefs. 4. It's always very difficult as well. I imagine that when she did this and put the words on, there'll be always people that will say, oh, that doesn't mean that at all. But actually it does. That's what it means in the Rider-Waite. Just as you've been reading now for a little while, you pick up your own meanings as well. The Emperor, based on what they originally are. The Emperor, set rules and authority. Yep, it's leadership. The Empress, fertility and nurturing. The High Priestess, intuition and mystery. The Magician, manifestation and power. And finally, last but not least, the Fool, carefree and new beginnings. To me, that's always the card of hope. And you have to put your place of trust. So, yes, so I think that you'll agree they are, well, I hope you'll agree, they are absolutely lovely. So she's still got the Roman numerals on. The good thing is that the imagery hasn't moved far, really, from the Rider-Waite. So they are Rider-Waite base deck. And you should, I can just imagine, especially with newbies, that is a really good idea. Instead of memorizing the keywords or doing something like I do, which is about, usually is on a mountain, so I teach the imagery behind the card to help remind them what it means, but to actually have it on it is a really good idea. Okay, so that is Simplicity Tarot walkthrough, and thank you for your time.